Hey, welcome aboard everybody. And it so happens I'll be doing a delivery flight, which they're very long flights with no passengers. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to do a ferry flight to test the fuel consumption with 0 passengers. So that's what we're doing today, and at the VATSIM event, we'll be arriving sort of at the tail end of it, half an hour before the end, or maybe sooner than that if we take off earlier. And we'll see how that goes. So we are ready to push back actually. So there's no ATC here. I'm fully expecting to pick up some ATC once we're airborne and along the way by some distance. Do I need the ice stream treatment? No.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Roger, Wilco. Halifax traffic, flare 655 is pushing back out of stand 50, or is that 20? And we'll be pushing back facing south. Halifax traffic.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
We are ready for pushback. That's good. So we're actually pushing back about 20 minutes ahead of our schedule.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
This Transat here just arrived a couple of minutes ago. The one right here. Here comes our pushback truck.
Locking gear.
Pushback, nose left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released at
Commencing push.
22:56.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Roger, we'll go. So that makes a max takeoff startup even longer. So I was trying to get something ready today, but didn't have the time to do it. My streaming software, I have an update for that, and I wanted to install it, but that means that some of these widgets around my screen, like my Paul KI80 and the I'll be right back, and after some time, and then the title, this title here, all of that has to be redone, and I wanted to take the time to actually record my settings. I can't actually technically record. I can just go in manually and check what settings I use for those, like the font and stuff, and then just reproduce that in the next update. Now some of that in this update going forward, it will maintain it for future updates. So that's a good feature. The other interesting feature is that I can now record to the device without having it break down the file size. It's like, you know, you can have like a 12-minute file, and that's it, and that's
Please
one
set
file.
parking brakes.
So you get a whole bunch of files. Parking brake set
Unlocking gear.
for one long video instead of having one big file. And now I can have one big file. Okay, I started, so we got the parking brake set. I should be able to start my engines now. Okay, before start, flight deck door closed, fuel, yeah, we checked that. Passenger signs, they're on, but we have no passengers. Windows locked. MCP has been set. And takeoff speed set. And CDU pre-flight completed.
Tow truck disconnected.
Correct.
Bypass pin removed.
Anti-collision light.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Before start checklist. Okay. We got one more. We want to see the guy with the pins. Here he comes. Uh-oh. Now I'm getting ATC. Fancy that. Okay. 118.4.
Clear to start engines.
Okay, we're just starting up engine number 2. Oh, let's get all the pumps on. Halifax Tower, good day, Flare 655 with you. We just pushed back out of stand 20 and are starting up our engines.
Flare 655, you ready for hyperclearance?
Yes, sir. Requesting clearance to Toronto.
Flare 655, you're cleared to Pearson via the Halifax 4 departure, flight planned route, depart runway 05, squawk 4301.
Okay, so clear by the Halifax 4 departure and flight plan route and squawk 4301, flare 655.
Flare 6055, yeah, just start up and call me whenever you're ready for taxi. Information Alpha is current. You didn't do anything wrong. Apron Canada's uncontrolled anyway, so.
Yep, no worries. I'll call when ready for taxi, flare 655. Well, it's nice to have Tower to guide us down. And while we're waiting for the engines, let's take a look at our landing elevation. Runway 06 left, 529 feet. So we're in a flare 737 MAX 8 today. And okay, that's engine number 2, engine number 1. And let's see if we can take a look from the outside. We already saw it a little bit. There's a lively livery. Registration Charlie Foxtrot Echo Lima. Motoring into 21%. Into rising. Okay, fuel flow on. And just double checking the 2965. 2965. So yeah, I want to see if the fuel flow is good. This is a couple hour flight, so it's a good test. It's better than a shorter flight. The delivery flights I'm going to be doing are going to be like 6 hours, 2 sectors. Well, it's actually for Qatar Airlines, the delivery route for their very first Max, which was just over a year ago now. But I preserved all the data from that, and I just haven't set it up to do the delivery. That's one of the things I enjoy doing, is delivery flights. Okay, 2 engines on. Let's get them on the bus. Engine 2, engine number 1. Okay, let's get those packs back on, and we can switch the APU bleed off and the APU off. No fuel in the center tanks. No need to worry about that. Engine start switches to continuous. Put the yaw damper on. Okay, everybody's in their seats even though there's nobody there. The taxi light on. Pro beats on. The engine electrics on. Anti-collision light. Okay, I think we are set. So, flaps 5. And let's check our controls. Right, left, forward, back, left, right. Systems check out. And we will put the VSD on there and give that a range of 40 miles. Get ready to do the terrain, and we'll do the weather on this side when we get closer to takeoff time. Alright, before taxi checklist, generators on, probe heat on, anti-ice not needed, isolation valves to auto. Yes sir. Engine start switches to continuous, recall. Check. Auto brakes, RTO, engine start levers idle to 10, flight controls checked, ground equipment clear. Before taxi checklist complete. Okay, so let's take a look. Back to where we are. Halifax Tower, flare 655 is ready for taxi.
Flare 655, runway 05, wind 04015, gusting 20 fuel to earth, cheerleader 65, taxi via apron at your discretion, Alpha Juliet, hold to runway 051 Juliet.
Alright, taxi via Alpha Juliet and hold at Juliet, runway 05, flare 655. Okay, folks. Veering to the right at Alpha. Oh, you know what I forgot? It's no, that's not what I want. Smart car. Okay. That was me. I didn't start up the Smart Cars app, and that is the app that kind of links the simulator and my progress in the sim to United Virtual's tracking of my flights. So I think this is my 6th or 7th flight for United Virtual. So briefing for the departure, Halifax 4 departure, pretty straightforward. We're going to be runway heading and climb initially to 5,000. Expect vectors to the first waypoint, which is going to be Kelno, and I expect we'll be self-vectoring unless they have a frequency for me, which I don't think so. Last I looked, I didn't see one anyway. And we did use the virtual performance tool. It's a derated takeoff 2 with a 53-degree assumed temperature, so probably the lowest N1 that I've taken off with so far, just because of the no packs and the use of the VPT and derate, takeoff 2 and derate. So 77.9% on N1. Let's hope we get out of here. And it's flaps 5. It's a little wet, and the performance tool took that into consideration. Still, the figures with my sim avionics not quite in line with the performance tool. Not expecting the numbers, and this time the performance tool was not able to give me a trim. So I then used the FMC's trim. Before the performance tool, I was using everything from the FMC. So now I'm getting figures that are slightly different than what's in the FMC when you've put all those derated and assumed temperatures in. But I'm generally using the performance tool settings, and generally I'm doing fine. No major issues. Okay, let's get...
Flare 655, wind 040, 15 gusting 22 on departure, monitor Unicom 122.8, you're clear for takeoff, runway 05.
Roger, clear for takeoff, runway 05, and over to Unicom once airborne. Flare 655, good day.
Yep.
Okay, let's get the strobes on. TARA on. Okay, weather on here. Terrain on that side. You ready, Victor? Ready. Clear right. Clear left.
Approaching 05. On runway 05.
Okay, Victor. All set. Set. Thrust 40%. Forward pressure on the controls. Okay, stabilize. Set. Toga.
Knots.
Release forward pressure. How are we getting the weather?
V1. Rotate.
Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Flight directives. Yeah, like some flight directives. Plug up. Command mode. Okay, flaps up. flaps 1, sorry. And flaps up. Halifax traffic, flare 655 is airborne, passing 3,500 for 5,000. Now turning left for Kelno and climbing to cruise out of flight level 400. Flare 655, Halifax traffic. Okay, we've done our left turn. And now let's do our climb. We got a high flight level because of our low weight. Okay, flight level 400, and let's find the heading bug. There's Kelno. Okay. After takeoff checklist, engine bleeds are on and packs are on. Auto landing gear is up and flaps are up. No lights after takeoff checklist completed. Lights off. Still got moisture. Keep the engine start switches on. And you know what? What's the temperature like? Still okay. Okay, cabin altitude is 3,000 and different compression is rising. It's 4 now. Cabin altitude is also climbing slowly. Here we are on our turn to Kelno. Get some of our weather. Yeah, just looking for radar at the moment. See that? Animate it and see if it's pushing out of the way. Yeah, like that big lump flew by us just before we took off, so we're okay. Coming up to Kelno, and right now what I'm going to do is have a look at VATSIM. This is VATScope. It's me, and looking for ATC. Okay, looks like we're gonna get ATC. This is Boston Center. And then it's Toronto Center. So we'll get Boston. 134.7. Let's line that up. Getting that ready. landed. The altimeters. Just going into the soup, crossing flight level 200 now. Oh, it's Jamshid Lovelace. He's a great controller. That would be from Boston Center. Let the non-existent passengers out of their seats. I'm just continuing to follow the procedure just so that I've got it in my blood, right? I can see a little bit of blue peeking out of the sky. Here we go. That's good enough for me to turn the start switches to auto. Now we're above the muck. We haven't even left Halifax yet. Or Nova Scotia. Beautiful. I think we'll arrive about an hour before sunset. Boy, I almost forgot to log this flight. Let's see if it's continuing to track me. Yep, taking off. Phew. Thank goodness for that. So, flight times, we're 8 minutes into the flight now. And progress. Okay. And expected time of arrival is 1:27 Zulu. So it's 23:21 now, so 2 hours and 6 minutes. Hey, fuel check at Kelno. Ah! Hi there. Marzuq, how you doing? Will there be turbulence? Well, let's see if there will be turbulence. Let's get my iPad on full screen here, and let's go over to this view. And yeah, there should be some turbulence, I think, although it might have passed us already. So let's see if we just freeze this, go like that. We may be past it. We may have some turbulence now, a little bit on the way up, until probably Durdo, till we get into Boston airspace. We should be fine. I mean, look, it's showing mild turbulence where we are now, but I don't see any. So I think we're relatively okay today. Good question, though. Thanks for checking in. All right, back to the VATScope. Okay, we're still looking at Boston Center, 134.7, and we did just pass Kelno, so the fuel check for Kelno. $12.2. A good baseline. So when I'm usually I'm a little bit conservative when I put in SimBrief for my max 8. I put a -17 fuel factor into SimBrief. The default was 0, but I'm actually much more efficient than the default max in SimBrief. And actually I'm flying a Sim Avionics Max 8. Although the outside shell is a TDS model. So really probably should be more like -18, but I've decided to err on the side of caution just in case something happens. I've never really, except when I've had an incident, have I actually come back with less fuel than is indicated at the bottom of my flight plan. And so I like it that way. I prefer to come in with a little bit extra, and I'm just hoping that that'll be the same case here. And we're already starting off with about 200 pounds more than the plan indicates. But that's probably more attributable to the taxi estimates, and we weren't lining up. We weren't behind anybody else, and we progressed pretty quickly from pushback to taxi. So usually I'm a little bit heavier on the fuel remaining, partly because of taxi. Now other times a lot of traffic. You know, the worst case scenario for me is I've been in the line for 2 hours on one flight. I think it was Seattle. It was either Seattle or Vancouver to San Francisco, an event. Just look it up on YouTube. You'll see lots of people, including me, posting recordings of that. Actually, I think I did have a recording. So anyway, if it's all good, I'll be doing a delivery flight sometime within the next 10 days. 2 sectors for Qatari Airways Airlines. Is it Qatari Airlines? Or I have delivery that I specially requested from my buddy Steve, Steve McBee, who does liveries. I requested it so that I could do the delivery flight. I have all the route information, and I will be flying it. And if I'm not mistaken, there was just 2 pilots on the sectors. Not sure if there was a third one. I've got to look that up, because there were 2 sectors. So the initial flight is from Seattle. Here we are to cruise out. Seattle to BIKF. I think that's Keflavik in Iceland, and that's all the way from the west coast, all the way across North America, over some water to Iceland, and then from Iceland to Doha. So it's a 2-sector flight. I haven't looked at those flight plans in a long time, but I would guess that
please don't hesitate to ask. Now I'd like you to sit back, relax and enjoy the flight.
Alright. Very odd behavior. Should be leveling out. Okay, anyway, roughly 6 hours apiece. Oh boy. So this, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but this usually happens when you get a weather injection. I used to think it was, oh my god, something wrong with the sim. But it's actually the combination of whether it's VATSIM or Active Sky. They regularly will pump updated weather information into the system, and that with the new batch of weather, the combination of factors causes the appropriate correct speed for the area to be a certain level, and sometimes that's higher than the current appropriate speed, so you get the stick shaker going off. So I'm feeling a lot better about this. What I do now is that I used to fly at cost index 60. Now I go to a cost index 50 at the most, just to have a slightly lower speed, so that that issue happens a little bit less. But as you can see, it still does happen. I've got a cost index of 50 right now. So anyway, what I'll do for the delivery flight is I'll post a comment in my community tab on my Paul KIAD YouTube page. Oh, hey. Okay, so this is coming from Anas. Have you ever thought of adding another screen to the right? You know, I can't show it to you now, but I have 2 more boxes with 2 more 65-inch monitors, and I'm just a lazy bugger, and I need to get those set up. So what's going to happen is this monitor is going to move over to the center, and then I've got 2 more that are going to be the wing monitors. So approximately, if you look at where my flight controls are right here, if you draw a line right through it, the end of the first and the second monitors is going to line up with that. So from here I'll get about 45-degree coverage on my left, and over there it's the same, but because I'm sitting in a different location, it's probably about a 22-degree visibility, but it's 11 feet wide worth of screen. So I have that, and I've been too lazy to do it, and that is one of my goals, is to set that up. But thanks for asking. It's an excellent idea. My sim buddies have been pushing me on it as well. Okay, so what app do you use for flight tracking? Well, the app I'm using here is Navigraph Charts. It's an excellent tool, integrates well with SimBrief, and it shows your position. You can see it here. Shows your position on your route, and it shows all the procedures too. So if we're coming into runway 6 left, which I have to check and verify if that's the case. So this is the arrival. This is the arrival coming into Toronto, and then also 06 left is the approach. So all your charts, and it's a very logical way. Sorry about this. I'm switching over to Boston. Sorry.
Don't worry, that's 280 now. Perfect. Air Canada
So
770,
there's
heading 31.
very logical way
heading 310,
to set up your arrivals and departures.
Delta 2427,
it is
descend via the
called
robot 3
Navigraph
arrival, runway
Charts.
4 right, Boston altimeter 2981.
It's available for a subscription. I can't remember. It's about 9 or 10 euros a month, something like that. Maybe 8 euros a month. I'm not sure. But yet, if you pay, it's slightly less if you pay for an annual subscription. But I would definitely get Navigraph Charts. And then the other thing which I just got for myself is Virtual Performance Tool, and this is a calculator to use to figure out what your appropriate landing settings should be for the runway that you're going to land on. So you can help work out, like if you know what exit you want to get off on the runway, you can work that out, and I've got to run that through here. I just did one for the takeoff. We had a nice takeoff, and I used the Virtual Performance Tool for that. That's also a subscription base. For me, with the Max, there's only 2 varieties. There's a Max 8 and there's a Max 9, and so it's actually cheaper than the NGs. I think I'm paying I got the medium offering, not the cheapest and not the most expensive, but the middle one, and it's €2.99 a month, and that's the way it works out. So really quite affordable as well. Okay. Sorry, I meant when you forgot to do something and open like a flight logbook. I use Navigraph and I love it. Okay. For flight logbook, this is actually is this what you're talking about? I mean, this is a SimBrief flight plane. That's the Simbrief flight plane. So that's what I'm using, and I pulled it in for this app. It's called Notability. So this is the Notability app, and it allows you to pull in PDFs and then mark them up, which I do for every one of my flights, and that's how I'm able to record stuff. And I assign my flight plans, and then I track fuel burn on them as well, which I want to do another check now. Oh, we're not yet at Mound, but we'll be there soon. So hope that answered your question. Coming up to Mound in a little bit, we'll check. Then we're approaching Boston Center, so let's get them up.
Brickyard 2398, you're being overtaken by about 100 knots here. Turn right heading 160, just for a minute or two for spacing.
Yeah, right turn 160 for spacing, Brickyard 2398, thank you, sir.
So I can see.
No, it's fine, you keep doing what you're doing. If you start doing other things, then I can't predict it.
Roger.
Boston Center, Skyhawk, November 107, Echo Mike.
Air Canada 770, contact tower 128.8, have a good night.
128.8.
Okay, I think it's Tukir. No, it can't
Delta
be.
1727, let's see
Okay,
here.
it's before Derdo.
Maintain 210 knots, descend to maintain
And
3000.
Mike Lima Tango, I should raise Boston. Okay. Actually, not even.
Delta 1727, maintain 210 knots, descend to maintain 3000.
Maybe when I'm
210
50
now,
miles from
descend and
Derdo.
maintain 3000, Delta 1727.
Yeah, when I'm 50 miles
Back
from
127 Echo
Derdo.
Mike Boston Center, go ahead.
107 Echo Mike on the ground at the Bennington, below Delta Hotel. Request climb over airport, airport clearance to Boston.
Over 127 Echo Mike, try finding the flight plan one more time, it doesn't look like it came through.
Okay, welcome, okay.
Hey, Anas, no problem. No problem at all. You can always ask a question, go to my community page, or send me a note. If you have any other questions, happy to help out when I can. Thanks for joining the flight.
Brickyard 2398, maintain 270 knots.
Maintain 270 knots, Brickyard 2398.
Here comes Mound. Mound 11.2. Yeah, so
Boston, good evening. Care Tango 45, you control Cape Cod as well?
Care Trainer 45 Boston Center, I do everything in Boston.
Alright, we are ready to start up VFR northeast departure.
let's take a look at
Care Trainer 45, so you said you are looking for taxi, is that correct?
Yeah, that's copy. We're ready for taxi and with a north departure later on.
Care 45, runway 6, taxi via Alpha.
it is
6 via Alpha.
in
Okay, right, trainer 45.
Toronto. Arrival 05.
Delta 755 Boston departure, sorry, Boston Center, hello,
Oh,
radar
sorry,
contact,
wrong
climb
airport.
and maintain 14,000.
Why would it pick that? Looking for YYZ. Here we go. So weather it is
Air Canada 754, descend
5
via
and
the
6
Ocean
left.
5
Okay, I'm
arrival,
set up for
runway
6
4
left.
right, Boston,
Let's just go
altimeter
for that.
2981.
Descend via Ocean 5, runway 04, and altimeter 2981.
You got it, yeah, and runway 4 right.
Okay,
Yeah, 4 right, we got that.
109.1.
Awesome, Air Canada 754.
Prepare
109.1.
2398, turn left, heading 110.
Left turn 110 for KR 2398.
109.1. And 57 degrees.
107, flight plan.
Okay. So it is
110 Echo Micro, it
6
doesn't
left.
look like it came through, so let's do this. So Skyhawk, Bennington to Boston. What's your request to cruise altitude? 9,000.
ILS 6 left. So the intercept is 3,000.
And what's your route going to be? Actually, just give me 1 second on that. 1 second.
Missed approach is actually
1727,
3,100.
010,
3,000 and 3,100. Okay.
010 showing
And the
localizer.
decision height is
Big Air 2398, descend and maintain 15,000.
630 feet.
Altimeter 2981.
Setting to 15,000 or 2981 about for KR 2398.
Delta 1055, climb and maintain level 260.
That's 360 or Delta
630 feet.
Okay, and 127 Echo Mike, go ahead with the routing.
If possible, no, take 9,000 direct to Gardner VOR and Gardner 4 arrival.
However, 107 Echo Mike, cleared to the Boston Airport via direct Gardner 4 arrival, climb and compression maintain 9,000. Contact me, this frequency airborne, squawk 0034 and hold for a release.
Okay, clear to the Boston Airport, we Gardner 4.
Hey Marzuq, no worries, man. Thanks for checking in. Always happy to help.
Number 107 Echo Mike, read that correct. Advise when you are number 1 at the runway, ready for departure.
Roger. Also,
Perfect, thank you. Break out 2398, turn left heading 030.
Left turn 030 for KR 2398.
Delta 2427 at Goshi, cleared ILS, 194 right approach.
At Goshi, clear ILS 4 right approach.
Delta 1727, 5 miles from Abo, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS, 194 right approach.
Maintaining 3,000 until established localizer. ILS 4 right approach Delta 17.
Delta
TRS,
1727,
maintain
maintain 170 knots for operator, and still
KR trainer 45, ready for departure.
Delta 1727, maintain 170 knots for operator, and still
17 north, great until north Delta 17.
Delta 2402, advise when you have ATIS Sierra, and expect the ILS 194 right approach.
And we lost.
Delta 2402, advise when you have ATIS Sierra, and expect the ILS 194 right approach.
Good Sierra aboard, I will expect Sierra 4 right approach.
Perfect, Air Trainer 45, wind 0708, runway 6 cleared for takeoff.
White 6 cleared to Echo, Air Trainer 45.
Alright, sorry guys, I'm just updating the
Number 143, number
video
Echo,
feed.
hello, what's your current position?
give a slightly better title for it, and then I'll flesh out the description here like I do with all my other ones with time codes and other useful information.
143, number Echo,
But that'll
Center,
do
what's your
for
current
now.
position?
And let's see, did I already record Big Do? I don't think I did.
Cool. Breakout 2398, turn right heading 110.
Big
Right
Do,
turn 110,
11.
2398.
Sky Blue Radio 1, New York is offline, OV Unicom, have a good flight.
Okay, thanks for being here as always. We'll see you later. Sky Blue 1 clear.
Delta 1727, contact tower.
So what I'm going to do now
Have a good night.
is
Contact tower 128.8.
before we get into Boston
Breakout
space,
2398, direct Austin.
I'm going to run one VP2 VPT Our
Flight
arrival.
143 November Echo Boston Center, what is your current position?
So,
We're at the Hanscon mid-flight center.
okay, so here's the performance tool,
November
and we're
143
gonna
November
do
Echo, you ready for departure from the range?
en route landing.
I'm ready. 3
And
November.
the airport is going to be
November 143 November Echo, departure from the ramp will
CYYZ,
be at
which is
Toronto.
Toronto. Runway is 6 left. And P3D doesn't have any gradients on the runways. So although this tool does have gradients, I am ignoring gradients because in P3D it's all flat, and I'm using P3D V5. Yeah, I wish the Sim Avionics software worked with Microsoft 2020 because it looks so nice, the scenery, but so far not so much. Okay, so now this tool actually pulls in the weather information as well.
Okay, Air Canada 551 Boston, are you on?
So now I've got the weather information that I can import,
Canada
but
551, what's the
before I
current
do
altitude,
that, I'm going to do the landing weight. And our landing weight, you can't see it, but I've got it on my screen, my primary display, some basic information. So our landing weight is going to be 103.2, 103,200 pounds, but I'm going to add about half, so 500 pounds, because we're a little heavy on the fuel right now. So it's going to be 103.
That's flight 143 November Echo, squawk 0033.
103,700. Okay, and we'll leave all the other stuff. And I'm conservatively going to say idle reverse, so that we get a conservative calculation. So if I'm seeing we're not slowing down fast enough, I'll increase that.
American 11.
So let's go ahead and calculate.
Boston Center, good evening. And you're about 20 miles west of you, is that correct?
You should have pulled in the
How far from the waypoint to you are you?
There we go.
18 miles.
Okay, now
The
calculate.
American 142 radar contact maintained level 3.
What? Oh yeah, you have to select flaps 30 or 40. Let's go with 30. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now it's calculated.
Number 107 Echo
50 miles from
release for
Gerdo.
departure, clearance void at 2355 and not airborne 5 then. Advising out there intention LS 0000. Time out 2346, change to advisory frequency is approved and talk to you first.
Okay, so it's generating, takes a while sometime, calculating
Flight
landing
143
distance.
November Echo, squawk 0033.
And with this I'll have a baseline to go with.
2067, climb and maintain.
Okay, so a lot of information here, but really what you want to do is you want to hit the runway graphic, and you can see all the auto brake settings and where you would stop. So then I have to look at what is the taxi what exit do I want to use. So when I pull up airport diagram, 6 left. So I'm thinking if we could make Charlie 1, that would be great. So let's see if Charlie 1 is listed.
Northwest of LaGuardia to center here.
No, only Charlie. Yeah, Charlie 4.
Flight 143 November Echo, contact Boston Tower.
Charlie 4 and Charlie 3 are listed.
Have a great one. Do you know America?
Number 135, descend at top, special maintain 1000, Bradley altimeter 2974. 135, thank you, and expect the ILS from 86. Delta 470 Boston Center, don't have a flight plan, refile please.
Got turn up for a 5, we're using your frequency bus.
Let's see what it says. It says Charlie 4 is there and Charlie 3 is there.
63 is 27 from Deer Park,
Charlie
level
4 and 3.
20 descending, expecting the Deer Park.
Charlie 4 is there.
Deer Park for your arrival, Bradley.
Oxy 563 Boston Center,
okay.
hello, how many miles from Deer Park, sir?
We're 25 now from Deer Park.
So Charlie 3
Oxy
is up there.
563, thank you, radar contact, maintain
So
level
basically-
190, expect the ILS from 860.
Respect to ILS runway 6 and maintain possible 190 for Moxie 563, thank you.
Yeah, to make
American
Charlie
142
3, you'll need
for
auto
traffic,
brakes
descend
3.
and maintain flight level 360.
So, and I don't want to force it on any more than that. So, let's go for Charlie 3 with auto brakes 3.
48, descending on the Robot 3 arrival.
Okay, and
American 2148 Boston Center, hello, radar contact over.
we can do manual
descend and
brakes and
maintain flight
see if
level
we can do better than that.
270.
So anyway, that's what I'm setting up for. So further, now we've got to figure out what is our landing weight for the FMC. So 103.2, but it's going to be 103.7 with the additional 500 pounds. So 103.7.
189, thank you,
Okay,
radar
and
contact,
flaps
maintain
30.
flight 350.
So we've got flaps 30, 122.
Delta 470, I do squawk 40.
That's a very slow speed, but it's going to be plus 5. Wind correction plus 5. Actually, did it show me wind correction here?
FedEx 125 Boston Center, good evening. Give me 1 second. Alright, there we go. FedEx 125, radar contact 10 miles southwest of Spec. And squawk 3503.
So anyway, what we are looking for is
American 2148 for spacing to Boston, turn
to
right
vacate
heading
by
120.
Charlie 3.
Right 120, American 2148.
Delta 23 Boston departure,
Charlie 3
Boston
is up
Center,
here.
radar contact altitude.
Charlie 1 is here. What would it take?
1054 to Sierra is current, expecting ILS on a 4 right approach.
What would it take to go off Charlie 1?
Copy on the ATIS, then expecting
Because
4
really,
right
then
again.
we could go all the way up here. So let's try and figure that out.
1738 Boston Center, are you on frequency?
What if we used flaps
Yeah,
40?
you're talking to an airplane that isn't talking to me. So, I mean, there's an aircraft there that's not talking to me, so in my mind he doesn't exist right now.
Copy that, we're going to maintain
It's
no,
not
go back
me.
to 35 when you can though.
Okay, we'll go back to
Okay, let's try now with,
Yeah, it looks like he was having communications issues. He's been on and off the network a lot.
let's do flaps 40.
Delta 2402, speed
Let's
is 0
do
to
full
6,
reverses.
instead of maintain. Actually, Delta 2402,
Okay,
maintain
let's try that.
210 knots instead of maintain
And
3000.
we'll
210 3000.
full reverses calculate.
Delta 23 Boston Center, are you on frequency?
Yes, sorry, but I'm pretty responsible for
Delta 23, thank you. What is your current altitude?
I generally don't like to use flaps
Delta
40.
23, thanks. Climb and
But if we
maintain,
can make
or
that-
your radar contact, climb and maintain 14.
If we can make that exit, Charlie 1, using flaps 40,
Delta 470, descend and maintain
I
5
would attempt it.
Down at 190 for Delta 470.
American 2148 for space into Boston, maintain 260 knots.
260 knots, American 2148.
Moxie 563, cross Madison.
Okay, so we've got
maintain
something back.
1000 to Bradley altimeter
See the
2907.
runway graphic.
2974, have ATIS Oscar, descend
Okay,
maintain 11000
so-
at Madison for Moxie 563.
Thank you, Boeing 2, Boston Center radar contact altitude.
Boeing 2 is 5000.
Boeing 2, thank you, climb and maintain 6000, turn right
So we
heading
might
180.
make it actually. So we don't have, Charlie 1 is not listed here.
Header drip 1521.
Yeah, that's too bad. Charlie 1 is not listed. But roughly,
21 Boston Center,
if I were
good
to
evening.
measure it, it's about
American 2148, descend and maintain flight level
50%.
230.
so half of the runway.
230, American 2148.
Half of the
Delta
runway.
470 for space into Boston, turn left heading 040.
Left to 040 for Delta
Half
470.
of the runway.
FedEx 125 radar
the
contact
runway
6
length
miles west of Roebuck, descent via the Roebuck 3 arrival,
Is
runway 4 right, Boston, altimeter
9,697. So 9,697. So divide that by 2. You're looking for something that gives me 4,800.
Number 107
So,
Echo Mike Boston Center,
max
thank you, radar
auto.
contact 2 miles southeast
So
of
if I
Bennington,
did max auto, I
following
could do it.
altimeter 2907.
and I could almost do it at
American 7035 Austin Center, hello, give me a call if I don't call you back in 10 minutes.
auto brakes 3.
American 2148, turn left heading 070.
It's so close with auto brakes 3.
Delta 2402, turn right heading 310.
4008.
Take care 2398, maintain 210.
Okay, I'm gonna do auto brakes 3 and then have a manual override to slow us down towards
Delta 470, maintain
getting where we get closer to the exit. Okay, so let's do that then. So we're planning for 103.7. 103.7. We're doing this just
534 cross crank at and maintain 7,000.
flaps 40, 117, and we're gonna do auto brakes 3 to try to get off.
25 descent via Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 4 right, Boston altimeter 2981.
By Charlie 1.
Delta 2402, turn right heading 010, zone to localizer.
By Charlie
010.
Okay. So,
Delta 23, climb and maintain.
and by the way, we are flare, so our parking is actually way over at
Boeing 2 direct Providence, VOR.
Alpha Tango. And so you'd think, okay, Alpha Tango, wouldn't we want to land on 05? Well, that default that they give is 06 left, and sometimes in the past I've been rejected when I requested 05, even though it's listed as an option. And that really messed me up because I was not set up for 06 left. So I'm just going in for 06 left, and we just have a little bit of a longer taxi.
0807, runway 11, cleared for takeoff.
We take off 1117, thanks.
Okay. There we are, coming up to Derdo, and how are we doing?
Delta 470, descend to maintain 17,000, Boston altimeter 2981.
Oh yeah, we should raise them.
Altimeter 2981 down to 17,000, Delta 470.
Delta 410, contact Toronto Center 125.77. Have a good night.
2577, good night. Delta 410.
Boston Center, flare 655 with you at flight level 400 and inbound Derdo.
575.
Delta 2428 miles from Milk, cleared ILS, runway 4 right approach.
Step on each other.
Cleared ILS for right approach, 24.
Delta 2402, thank you, maintain 170 knots or greater and still Milk.
170 or greater, Delta 2402.
Regard 2398, descend to maintain 3,000.
He is busy.
Down to 3,000, regard 2398. 70, turn right heading 090.
Right to 090, Delta 470.
Boston Center, flare 655 is with you at flight level 400 inbound Derdo.
Lock. American 2148, someone's heading 360, descend to maintain, flight level 190.
Left to 360, descend 190, American 2148.
Boeing 2, expect the ILS 1823 approach.
Expect the ILS 23 Boeing 2.
Boston Center, flare 655 with you.
Flare 655 Boston Center, hello, what is your position?
Inbound waypoint Derdo.
How many miles?
We are 37 miles from Derdo.
Perfect, Flare 655, thank you, radar contact, maintain all 400.
Maintain flight level 400, flare 655.
Victor 2398, turn right heading 310. Right turn 310, Victor 2398. Delta 470, direct Roebuck.
Direct Roebuck, Delta 470.
Well, I
Delta
gave all that
2402,
information,
contact tower 12818, have a good
but
night.
every time I was blocked, so I did a shorter attempt to contact. And then you wanted more information, so. But he's under a lot of pressure. Sounds very, very busy. So this is, so what's in the red box? Is
Victor
everything
2398,
he's
turn right
looking
heading
after?
010, going to localizer.
Right turn 010 to join localized for Air 2398.
Delta 470, descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 4 right.
Descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 4 right, Delta 470.
Boeing 2, descend and maintain 4,000.
That is so weird. Look, we are well into his
JetBlue
airspace.
1521, radar contact to altitude.
He wasn't even looking at me.
2,000.
Now we're
JetBlue 1521, thanks, climb and maintain 10,000.
10,000, sorry, 1721.
Mach 563, descend and maintain
he
5,000.
was not even
5,000, Mach
concerned.
563.
So we actually crossed
Delta
into
575,
Boston
radar
much
contact to
earlier.
altitude.
We'll hold at 4,000, Delta
How did
575.
I miss that?
Delta 575, thank you. Turn right heading 150, climb and maintain 10,000.
Right 150 up to 10,000, Delta 575.
American 2148, descend and maintain 15,000, the altimeter 29081.
Gosh, I really did miss it.
15,000, altimeter 29081, American 2148.
Number 135, fighting 240, descend and maintain
Normally they would have
5,000,
bleeped me to raise me.
Excuse me, turn 240, maintain 5,000. Jazz 534, New York is offline of a Unicom. Have a good night. Air Canada 551, descend and maintain, thought level 200.
Air Canada 551, descend and maintain 200.
American 1142, fighting 060, quick vector for spacing.
Heading 060 for American 142.
Quick Air 2398, 2 miles from Nabo, cleared ILS, runway 4 right approach, speed is your discretion.
Cleared ILS 4 right approach 2 miles from Davos, speed our discretion, quick Air 2398.
Delta 470 at Roebuck, follow the public speeds on the arrival.
Anyway, so right now we are just
At
exiting
Roebuck, follow the public speeds on the arrival for Delta 470.
to. So there is Montreal. 128775.
Delta 2229 Boston, hello, it's going to be a little while. Delta 1721, climb and maintain, follow 260.
260, 1721.
Thank you, American 2148, direct Roebuck.
Direct Roebuck, American 2148.
Delta 2889, descend via the J-Fund to arrival, runway 4 right, Boston, altimeter 29081. Delta 2889, descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 4 right, the altimeter 29081.
Alright, just to confirm, we're on the J-Fund to arrival.
I'm sorry, Delta 2889, descend via the J-Fund to arrival, runway 4 right, altimeter 29081.
Copy that, we'll descend via the J-Fund to arrival, section 4 right.
Quick Air 2398, contact tower 128.8, have a good night.
28.8, quick Air 2398, thank you, sir.
Alright, Boeing 2, flooding 260, join the localizer.
260, join the localizer.
Delta 575, once again, heading was 150, please.
150, 575, sorry about that.
American 2148, descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 4 right.
Descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 4 right, American 2148.
Boeing 2, descend and maintain 2,100.
Descend maintain 2,100.
Thank you. Flyer 655, contact Montreal Center 128.77, have a good night.
Okay, over to Montreal Center 128.775, flare 655, good night.
Delta 575, let's go to 500.
Air North 619, Montreal Center, bonjour, break. Rouge 407 identified, turn left direct Bobsky on course, line 1616 up.
Turn left, Bobby on course, climbing to 16,000, Rouge 407.
Montreal Center, flare 655 with you at flight level 400.
Flare 655, Montreal Center, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
And Rouge 407 for future reference, Montreal to departures, runway heading 5,000 feet. Next time, please make sure you don't go above 5,000 before receiving clearance.
Copy that, Montreal Center. Yeah, we were having some technical difficulties with the radio. Apologies.
Gotcha. Air Canada 242, quelle approche pour Québec?
De l'ILS 07.
Okay, that was messed up.
Confirmé ILS 06.
Pardon, ILS
I should have been pinged by Boston Center, and I should have known myself to try to reach out much earlier. I didn't look at the map carefully enough for the controlled airspace. Now we are in Montreal airspace.
Rouge 407, climb flight level.
In Toronto Center, let's figure out where that
going
is.
to 220, Rouge 407.
Toronto Center. Toronto begins at 2
43236 Montréal, information.
I would already begin my descent, so they might hand me off to approach, not to center.
Line 234 is sounding as meaning.
Just in case. To center and then approach. So let's see what they have. Toronto approach. Oh, there's so many approaches. They can tell me what I need. Then tower is 118.7. Decimal 700. And then ground is 121.65. We'll just have to write down what they want for approach. Center, just in case they want to give it to us, is 125.775, very close to the Montreal one, which is 128.775. Okay, let's go back and see. Yeah, there's 36 arrivals coming into Toronto, of which we are one. Boy, there's a lot. Okay, and maybe we tune into some of these as they're getting closer, but nobody's really close to where I am, because you know, then I could hear as they were coming in what the approach frequency is going to be, but we just have to wait and see it. I don't. Here's Toronto AA approach, Toronto arrival, Toronto terminal. They'll just have to tell me what it is. Well, that 119.998 doesn't sound right. So it's 119.3. Terminal approach 132.
Rouge 1590, so I guess you're ready for push, so push and start, so pitching north, correcting for taxi.
118.
Sorry about that, I thought we have called push.
132.800. 132.800. That's one of them.
Rouge 407, contact
Or 128.8.
Going to 320, Rouge 407.
Or 119.3. So there's all the possibilities. And let's take a look at what parking we wanted. Alpha 3, 4 or 5. Okay. So, fuel. And deck soup, 9.9. So that's going to be 0.6 more. 0.6 more is 103.8. No change. Why is suddenly the ATC very quiet? We are 57 minutes into the flight.
Montréal Centre, Cyrus Golf, Delta Zulu Golf, à Saint-Hubert, bonsoir.
Cyrus Golf, Delta Zulu Golf, Montréal, bonsoir. Vous à Québec, j'ai un message, il y a Saint-Hubert 7 départ. Voie de plan de vol, départ de 0 sur gauche, affiché 0315.
Gauche, on affiche 0315 Golf, Delta Zulu Golf.
Delta Zulu Golf a confirmé Saint-Hubert 7 départ.
Oui, Saint-Hubert 7 départ du Golf, Delta Zulu Golf.
Delta Zulu Golf, sélecteur correct, appelez-moi après. Information alpha.
On vous rappelle, quand on est prêt, ça crée le Golf, Delta Zulu Golf.
Montreal Center, SN 411, we are ready for push and start.
Air Canada 411, push and start. Push back straight, so I'll be ready for taxi.
Push back straight, and we'll call right taxi. Air Canada 411.
All right, so landing time 0125, and it's now 11:0011. So we got about an hour and 15 minutes to go.
Air Canada 242, descendez 6. Rouge 1590, runway 06 left, altimeter 2984, taxi march ramp, full short, runway 06.
Wind taxi north ramp, full short, Rouge 1590.
Air Canada 807, contact Toronto Center 12577 tonight. 125, just 77, Air Canada 807, Air North 619, Quebec, information Bravo, runway 06, when ready descend 8000, altimeter 2989. Air Canada
Montréal Centre, Golf, Delta Zulu Golf, on est prêt.
Là, on descend 3, mais si le caverne est autorisé, il y a l'air de 0 sur Canada.
Montréal Centre, Golf Delta du Golf, on est prêt à ça.
Delta sur le Golf, piste 06 gauche, altimètre 2984, circuler Charlie attendait à l'écart de piste 06.
Ça peut être Charles si on l'attend à l'écart de la piste 06 gauche, Golf Delta du Golf.
Attends, 236, descendez 6 pieds.
236,
Montréal, le Golf Delta du Golf, sur Charlie, à l'écart de la Delta.
Just tracking my wife, who's on the way to Anchorage. And she's got 3 hours and 18 minutes to go.
Delta sur le Golf, rappelez-moi l'envol. Les vents 050 à 7, attendez à décoller piste 06 gauche.
On va contacter un envoi, Golf Delta du Golf.
And look down there, Air Canada 411, ready for down.
Route 1590, call me airborne. The winds 050 at 7. Clear for takeoff, runway 067.
Okay, we clear airborne 6, off 2, left Route 1590.
Air Canada 411, runway 06 left, altimeter 2984, taxi east lane, south ramp, full charge, runway 067.
East lane, south ramp, full towards 06 left, Air Canada 411.
Air Canada 242, les vents 4 sur atterrir. Air North 619, what approach for you for runway 06? Sorry, you thought is it ILS or an Avenue or an Yankee?
1590, we are airborne passing 1,400.
Rouge 1590 identified, maintain runway heading, climb flight level 230.
Okay, we maintain runway heading, climb 230. Rouge 1590.
Yeah, I will stop
Air North 619, Roger, so I understand you want the island information.
Yeah. Over Montreal, you can see CYUL there.
Roger.
Montréal Centre, Golf Delta sur le golf à 800 pieds.
Golf Delta sur le golf, dans... numéro 1, direct ADM en route, montée 7.
7000 pieds, ADM, Golf Delta sur le golf.
À travers 236, descendez 3000 pieds. Direct Delta, ça vous approche à l'est, c'est gauche.
Let's get the QNH. Pearson.
Montreal, hello, Rockland, 77 information, Bravo, I-4, Cuba.
Rockland 77, Montreal Center, bonsoir, clear to Peterborough via Montreal 2 departure, flight 10 route, departure runway 06 left, park 0350.
980.
Clear to Peterborough, Montreal 2, flight 10 route, runway 6 left, park 0350, Rockland 77.
Rockland 77, read back is correct. Information, Bravo, I'll be ready for takeoff.
We have Bravo, Papa, thank you, okay.
Montreal Center, Air Canada 411, short of runway 6.
Air Canada 411, Colony Airborne. Wind 070
Way past
clear for
TQ.
takeoff.
So we're going to be handed off to
Takeoff runway 06
Toronto Center, which is going to be 1257 jump.
Rouge 407, contact Toronto Center, 12577, good night.
Going to 125.77, Rouge 407, good night, thank you.
So Pearson at the moment is overcast at 12,000 feet and a few clouds at 5,000. The landing altitude is 550. So we should have no visibility issues.
Atlanta 236, Roger, this is also gauche, au 11h.
Okay, we'll do a fuel check at Savex and then
Rouge 1590, turn right.
recalculate.
Direction, turn right direct, Rabbit, Montreal level 390.
Okay, return direct, Rabbit on course 390, Rouge 1590.
Montreal Center, Air Canada 411, airborne climbing out of 1900.
Air Canada 411 identified, maintain runway heading, climb 16,000.
Runway heading, climb 16,000, Air Canada 411.
Centre de Montréal en Canada 2, 4-2, sur Alpha, Jean-Baptiste.
Canada 242, bienvenue à Québec. C'est circulé Delta 1 à votre disposition.
Montreal Center, good day. Lufthansa 494 informed Yankee Papa Charlie is at 400.
Lufthansa 4904 Heavy, Montreal Center, bonsoir. You will only be entering my airspace near Yankee Bravo Charlie. Call me then. Air Canada 47, turn left, direct Bob Key on course. Left, direct, Bob Key on course. Air Canada 41.
Yeah, it's not that hard. Charlie Yankee Peninsula.
Air North 619, descend 6,000.
Descend 6,000, yeah.
Air Canada 411, climb flight level 300. Climb flight level 300, Air Canada 411. Transat 236, livrant 06 de voie vite, ça vous atterrir, piste 06 gauche.
Vous atterrir pour la piste 06 gauche,
This is Montreal Center. Montreal Center is going to be on monitor for the next 5 minutes. Descend de Montréal, c'est un temps surveillance, les 5 prochaines minutes.
ahead. 0.6. That was 600 pounds more fuel than our plan. That makes our landing weight 600 pounds more than the estimate. So it'll be 103.8. Okay, so at this point I'm just going to do one more recalculate for the landing just to make sure we've got the latest weather. The landing distance we wanted was 4,848. Before 848. Yeah, actually. Okay, let's put the graphic on.
Yeah, it's not by now. It is not by
Corridor 619er, descend 3000 via Cavat, cleared ILS runway 46 approach.
yeah,
That's so close to the auto brakes 3 that I would prefer to do the auto brakes 3 than to do max auto. Although even with max auto, it's still green. But it's a.
This is Montreal Center. Montreal Center resumes more normal operation.
1,000 feet away. It'll stop me 1,000 feet short of where I want to get off. Whereas if I use auto brakes 3 with plus a little bit of manual braking, I'll probably be able to juggle it just as well that way. So that's the plan. Auto brakes 3 with a little juggling.
No problem, we'll be back 5 miles away.
Okay. Done. Of course now, Kanur. We've got another measurement.
Montreal Rockman 77, Sky Service, with information, Bravo ready.
Rockman 77, runway 06 left, altimeter 2985, taxi Lima, cross runway 06 right, Alpha 3, Alpha, Charlie, Orchard of Echo.
Okay, runway 06 left, service 2985, taxi Lima, cross 06 right, Alpha 3, Alpha, Charlie, Orchard Echo, Rockman.
There's a Rouge 407 was ahead of me.
Rouge 1967, Montreal Center, bonsoir. Air North 619, the winds 090 at 5, clear for clearly to left runway 06.
Montréal Centre, Golfe Delta Golfe, demande 5000 pieds, on a un peu de curage.
Delta Golfe, descendez 5000 pieds.
5000 pieds, Delta Golfe.
Et Delta Golfe, ça va être quelle approche pour la T06 à Québec?
La R9 Zulu, Delta Golfe.
Roger.
So that's now 20 miles away. We should be getting our handoff shortly.
Air Canada 801, yeah, call me back when you are above the Bravo Charlie. We're 1596 and by number 1 break, clear 655, contact Toronto Center 12577.
Okay, over to Toronto Center 125775, flare 655, good night. Okay, 05 is giving me.
Home run 800, vector for traffic, turn right heading 050. I'll have you back shortly. United 386, descend 4,000.
Descend 4,000.
Air Canada 36 Mike, proceed direct to Dan on course.
Center West Jet 250, come out, step out for about 10 minutes.
Channelways of room report back, very direct Air Canada. FedEx 148, say again? We're about to reach a FedEx 148, heavy, we are approaching off descent in about 5 miles. FedEx 148, say again? We're about to reach a top of descent in about 5 miles. FedEx 148, roger, descend flight level 240. Coming down to 240 for FedEx 148.
I can connect you for somebody else can drive with.
Air Canada 232, it's the final flight level 350.
350.
Home run 800, you are number 2 into the field. You're following a Boeing 737-800. Probably not in sight yet, and that's what the delay is for. I will have the initiative again.
I think you did say Yankee. Okay, we'll do it. So we need to change this now to arrival.
Flare 655, Toronto Center.
Flare 655?
Flare 655, I have a change to your runway assignment. I do apologize. Let me know when you're ready.
Yep.
The 250 West 12877
Rouge 407, contact Toronto Center 133.3.
Going to 133.3, Rouge 407, good night.
Okay, now we gotta change this back. So we're gonna change this back to 6 left. Okay, and
Air Canada 602, contact Montreal Center 128.77.
ILS.
Going to 42 minutes to get to
Air Canada 2232, proceed direct to Dan on course. United 386 via S-Bed, you're cleared the RNAV runway 30 into Sault Ste. Marie.
Roger, clear the RNAV into 30 and then 386.
Home run 800, left turn heading 310.
So the Rouge 407, I want to see who he gets handed to.
If you have the traffic, I appreciate it. Just so we're confirmed, it is the one. It's about your 9 o'clock, 30 miles. If you got him on the crest, either 4,000. Toronto Center, good evening. Air Canada 411,
Air Canada 411, Toronto Center, good day. You are identified. Welcome
Okay,
aboard.
so
Information Quebec is current. Landing ILS for runway 06 left.
We have that
first
plugged in for
restriction we
ILS
have is
06
Lear
left,
at.
and we'll get you back up on Air Canada 411.
So there's Lear at.
Toronto Center, good day.
250 knots, between 15 and 17,000.
Echo 482, thank you, you're identified 4,000. Make a right turn heading 060, climb flight level 35.
Then we have
flight level 240, advise starting your descent.
Roger, when ready, we'll descend to flight level 240 and advise when doing so. Flare 655.
Yes.
Okay, so we're set. The only thing special we have to do is reset our missed approach to altitude to 3,100 instead of 3,000, which is our intercept.
Toronto Center, Echo Charlie Delta, I got a question for you.
I got an answer for you.
We are just west of the Oshawa Airport, so 5 VFR at 2,500 feet. We're going to be entering class Delta.
Echo Charlie Delta. Give me Charlie? Or the Oshawa Delta?
That's correct. We're just west. I'm not about 5-6 miles probably, and entering the class Delta there.
Echo Charlie Delta, not a problem. It's going to be with terminal though 119.
2980, yep.
Over to 119 for Echo Charlie Delta.
2980.
Center, good evening, WestJet 9016 with you at flight level 200, climb there.
WestJet 9016, Toronto Center, good day, climb flight level 35.
Climb flight level 250 for WestJet 9016.
Yeah, top of descent is now in 30 miles.
Echo 482, make the right turn now, direct to Dan on course. Seems 119, you're also leaving my airspace to the northwest. Unfortunately, Winnipeg's offline, frequency changes to cruise. Have a good rest of your flight. Philippines 19, before you go, I see your flight level 330. You filed 32. If you can make it an even altitude, 32 or 34.
Okay,
Over
so
800, proceed direct SVET.
our top of descent is in about 20 miles, or less than 2 minutes, and we have to advise Toronto Center when we start descent.
FedEx 148, contact Toronto Center 133.3.
133.3, tax 148, thanks.
Who else just called in? WestJet 652, Toronto Center, good day, squawk 0767.
7. Rouge 407.
Air Canada 36 Mike, proceed direct Darren.
Proceeding direct Darren.
WestJet 652, you're identified flight level 370, welcome aboard, information Quebec current. United 386, contact Sault Ste. Marie Tower on 118.8.
Oh, sorry, no, 386.
Home run 800, descend 4,000.
And 4,000.
Speedbird 600, contact Toronto Center 133.3. Or Caribbean 600, my apologies. Yeah, it is 133.3.
Good evening, Aircraft 023 Tango, passing, working flight level 200 for flight level 233.
Aircraft 03 Tango, hello, Toronto Center, climb the X 1000, flight level 240.
Level 240, Aircraft 023 Tango.
Toronto Center, flare 655 now descending from flight level 400 for flight level 240.
So 655 Toronto Center, roger, thank you. Home run 800 via S-Bed, you're clear to Sault Ste. Marie, RNAV 30 approach. Home run 800, appreciate your help with the spacing earlier.
Okay, descent checklist.
And when it was busy there. Otherwise, crossing...
Pressurization landing altitude has been set.
Sault Ste. Marie
Recall.
Tower 118.
Check. Water brakes set to 3. Landing data flaps 40, 117 knots. And approach briefing, we just went through it. So descent checklist complete. Okay. Just double checking the QNH again. Yeah, 0.
Delta 2378, heavy contact Montreal Center now 128.77 today.
Gotta get the right approach frequency. So, except 8.1. Looking at 800 miles difference. The 104. We'll put the non-existent passengers into their seats. Not sure how long it's been since I've come into Toronto to go back in my logs.
Delta 457, heavy Toronto Center, good day, squawk at Air Canada 2232, stop your climb, plane level 330 for traffic.
Plus 530, 20
Lufthansa 457. With Lufthansa 457, you identify flight level 350. Welcome aboard, sorry. And WestJet 529, Toronto Center, say the message again. WestJet 529, Toronto Center, good day, continue to climb flight level 380.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 604, flight level 220, climbing 230.
Guys, I'm really sorry. I got like the other center talking to me and something else. So somebody just called me up. I apologize. Call me up again.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 604, flight level 230.
Air Canada 604, you're welcome. You can climb flight level 330.
330, Air Canada 604. Not a problem.
Westjet 9016, contact Montreal Center 128.77.
128.77 for Westjet 9.
UPS 242, Toronto Center is closing. Frequency change is approved. Have a good day, Unicom 162.
Over to Unicom, UPS 242.
Air Canada 2232, for the sake of the point out, the traffic is about your 1 o'clock, 19 miles northeastbound. Boeing 747-800 at flight level 350. As soon as you guys cross, I'll have you back up to your 335. For now, remain at 33.
Over the traffic, remain at 330, 2250.
Toronto Center, Flare 655, requesting lower.
Flare 655, descend now 13,000.
13,000, Flare 655.
Descend Flare 655, the altimeter is 2980.
Okay, 2980, Flare 655.
Canada 411, Toronto information, Quebec, still current, the altimeter 2980, descend flight level 240.
Level 240, what's the down connect 240, 240, 2980. That's going to fly.
Request 5 minutes away from the cluster.
Time awaits approved, report back. Canada 411, plan the ILS for runway 06 left, descend now 13,000. The altimeter is 2980.
Plan the ILS, runway 06 left. Repeat, sending 13,000. Is the altimeter still 2980?
Yeah, you got it all.
Okay.
Decel point coming up. You're at between 17,000 and 15,000.
Air Canada 2232, traffic now in O factor, climb flight level 350.
Traffic no factor, climb now 350, 350.
Air Canada 36 Mike, when ready, sir, at your discretion, descend flight level 280 and advise when you're starting your descent.
Descend to flight level 280
city,
and we'll advise when that's Mike.
Air Canada 36 Mike, roger. With that said, information Quebec is current. Can you accept the RNAV Yankee for runway 05?
Stand by, we'll get back to you.
Roger.
Toronto Center, JetBlue 1543, please move through 14,000 for flight level 320.
JetBlue 1543, Toronto Center, roger. Continue to climb flight level 350.
On up to 35.
Toronto Center, flare 655 requesting lower.
12,000 now for 230.
Toronto, Charlie, Toronto Tower, 18.7.
118.7, Alpha Tango, Delta Charlie.
Approach flare 655 with you, descending through 16,000.
To route 1675, Toronto departure, identified climb 5,000.
5,000, you can flash
407, okay, you need to keep the speed up, 170 and the right turn heading 030.
170, can you repeat the heading, please?
407, heading 030.
Heading 030, Rouge 407.
Rouge 407, traffic is 11-12 o'clock, 4 miles, Airbus A300, eastbound for the parallel. Do you have the main site?
Report traffic in sight, Rouge 407.
Curbing 600, right turn heading 330.
Toronto departure, Air Canada 228 would be passing 3,000 for 5.
228 on departure, hello, identified, climb 7,000.
Climb 7,000, Air Canada 228.
Arrival flare 655 with you, descending through 147 for 13,000.
Press 655, arrival, call you back.
Roger.
That's 8696, contact Toronto Center 12577.
2527, Jet 8696.
Reach 1676, climb 15,000.
Climb 15,000,
Air Canada 228, right turn direct to Coda on course.
Right turn direct, Coda on course, Air Canada 228.
Curbing 600, right turn heading 030. Rouge 407, clear for the other runway 06 left approach.
Cleared for ILS 06, left approach, Rouge 407.
Curbing 600, right turn heading 030, reduce speed 170. Curbing 600, right turn 030, clear for the other runway 06 left approach. FedEx 148, Tower 187.
Tower 187, thanks, FedEx 148.
Here's 1675, right turn direct mobile on course.
Right turn direct mobile on course for 1655.
Departure Boeing 311 Alpha Golf, passing 4,000 for 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you store any electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gates. As use of such devices could interfere with electronic landing equipment aboard the aircraft. In preparation for landing, please ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened, your seatbelts are in the upright position, and your tray tables are closed. Any hand luggage should be underneath the seat in front of you.
Rochester, still a bit far away.
The flight attendants will be passed into the cabin one last time to complete their final compliance check and to collect any remaining
Toronto to
baggage.
Rochester VR turn.
Say again?
Okay, November 311 Alpha Golf, if you cannot direct Rochester, what can you accept right now?
I can the heading, and then once I pick it up, I can go to it, but it's still a bit far to pick it up.
Okay, November 311 Alpha Golf, right turn heading 150. Mike, control boundary ending 20 nautical miles. If you couldn't pick it up, I don't know what to do with you.
Alright, 150, and we'll see then, 1 Alpha Golf.
Rouge 407, Tower 118.7.
Going to Tower 118.7, Rouge 407. Good night.
Night. And November 311 Alpha Golf, if you have time, you can look up the radio between Toronto VR and the Rochester VR. If you can accept the radio outbound, I can give you that.
Yeah, 1 moment.
Approach flare 655 is at level at 13,000.
Flare 655 on arrival, runway 06 left, altimeter 2980, descend 8,000.
Descend 8,000 and expect 06 left ILS approach.
Serving 6,000, tower 118.7.
See radio for 1 Alpha Golf.
And number 311 Alpha Golf, you need to look up what's the radio between Toronto, that's the Yankee Zoo.
I can do like a 120.
November 311 Alpha Golf, fly heading 150, intercept CYYZ 120 outbound.
150, let's pick up the 120 outbound from Pearson, 1 Alpha Golf.
Checking at 228, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, yeah, 228.
Checking at 228, send an L12577.
2577, thank you so much, Air Canada 228.
Sure, 1670 higher will be with center. Give me 1 moment to hand you over. Bruce, 1675, center now 12577, asking for higher.
12577 for Route 16,
Number 311 Alpha Golf, contract level 230.
330, 1 Alpha Golf.
1 Alpha Golf, just verified 230.
230, 1 Alpha Golf.
Flare 655, descend 4,000.
Descend 4,000, flare 655.
One Alpha Golf, you're only 74 nautical miles from Rochester. Can you pick it up?
1 moment. Yep, I got it.
1 Alpha Golf, proceed direct Rochester.
Direct to Rochester, 1 Alpha Golf.
Toronto arrival, good evening. Air Canada 411, flight level 13,000.
Taking a 411, the US 13,000, that's not a flight level is only above 180, expect runway 06 left, altimeter 2980, descend 8,000.
Descending 8,000, expecting 06 left, yeah, I know about the flight level, that was a mistake on me.
One Alpha Golf, Toronto Center 12577, half off.
12577, 1 Alpha Golf, see ya.
Flare 655, right turn heading 330, descend 3,000.
Right heading 330, descend 3,000, flare 655.
Hello again.
Next one.
557 departure, hello, identified, climb 7,000.
7,500.
Flex 5.
Ferry 655, right and heading 030, clear for the runway 06 left approach.
Clear for the ILS 06 left approach, flare 655.
557, right and direct mobile on course.
Reliable on course, 557.
Approach mode. Let's get our lights on. Engine start switches to continuous. Tower is 118.7. Okay. The Warlock.
John 57, climb for level 230.
230, if I don't know.
Get up.
Flare 655, tower now 118.7.
118.7, flare 655, good day.
Okay.
32.8.
Tower, good day. Flare 655 with you on the ILS 06 left. Flap 15.
Flare 655, Toronto Tower, hello, continue approach.
Continue approach, flare 655.
Air Canada 115. Contact arrival on 132.8, the wind 003, clear takeoff, runway 06 left.
Left 30.
Clear for takeoff, 06 left, we'll contact departure on 132.8.
And flaps 40. And we need 125. Let's put it at 125. Okay. Landing checklist. Engine start switches to continuous. Speed brake is armed. Landing gear is down and flaps green. All set. Landing checklist completed. Let's get our airport diagram here. We're looking for Charlie 1 is what our plan. Whoa! The heck? Let's increase the speed. Increasing the speed. I don't like that speed that was given. Okay, runway in sight. 06 left.
Flare 655, traffic's rolling on the runway, the wind 003, clear land, runway 06 left.
Clear to land, runway 06 left, flare 655. A bit of crosswind, but technically I should be able to be slower than this. So let's get it down. 130 knots. It was calling for 123. Very light wind.
Approaching 06 left.
Just increase that a bit. Don't like this wavering. Okay, autopilot disconnect. We do have a crosswind.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Landing.
$400.
Check. Boy, what a cramping
300.
approach. Auto throttle disconnect.
200.
Check.
$100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Reverse it.
Approaching.
We missed it.
3,
Did we?
3, right.
Did we miss it?
Flare 655, left 1 able, contact ground 12165, yeah.
12165. We'll exit when able. Flare 655.
Ladies and gentlemen, it will take the captain a few moments to taxi to the gate, and we ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off
too
and
much
the aircraft
effort
comes to a complete stop
try
at the
to
gate.
make it.
That will be the only indication that it is safe to get up and move about the cabin. We also ask that you keep the aisle clear of any hand luggage.
Charlie
This is
3.
the termination of our flight, so we
I
ask
did
that you
not
check
like
the
that
seatbelt
flaps 40.
pockets and overhead lockers for any articles you may have brought with
Okay.
you. Extra care should be taken when opening
12165.
overhead lockers, as some items may have shifted during our flight. On behalf of the captain and his crew, we would like to thank you for flying with us and wish you all a pleasant stay. Thank you.
Summer 4211, expect PDC.
Expecting PDC. We'll call you fully ready for taxi, Prime Air 4211.
Ground Flare 655 with you. Good day. We are on exit Charlie 3 and looking for parking bay Alpha 3.
Flare 655, welcome to Toronto. Left on Charlie, Alpha, Alpha Tango.
Left on Charlie, Alpha, Alpha Tango, Flare 655. Okay, so before we do that, we're going to Alpha 3. Okay, left on Charlie, which is this one right here. CPU on. Right on to Alpha. Look at all the traffic. Amazing. Okay, no more runways to cross. Strobes off. Should be the next right turn.
Ground American 2302, ready to tap.
American 2302, runway 06 left, altimeter 2980, taxi via Alpha Juliet, Bravo, Delta, cross 22 right.
There's 6 left, taxi via Alpha Juliet, Bravo, Delta, cross 22 right for American 2302.
Seabird 17 with CIV, monitor tower 187.
187, Seabird 17, okay, cheers, bye.
Air Canada 2842, monitor tower 187.
Monitor tower 187, Air Canada 2842, have a good night.
Caribbean 67 Lima, monitor tower 187. Tower 8 is on Caribbean 611, I guess, right?
Prime Air 4211, I'm 501, 104 Papa. The 8 is not up, for clearance for Quebec.
America 4211, read back at direct, please start at your discretion, calling for taxi. I think they just had a tower change, so she'll be back up in a second now.
We'll push and start, we'll get back the 8 is, and we'll call you ready for taxi. Prime Air 4211.
You on the bus. Leads on. And Alpha Tango.
Aircraft calling, sorry about that, say again.
I have a United in front of me on lane 5. After blocking my parking.
What call sign?
It's a United.
Follow right.
What is your call sign?
Caribbean 600.
Okay, Caribbean 600, you're in the apron. Unfortunately, I do not control the apron, so that's going to be at your discretion. I cannot control there.
Can you see where that Air Canada sign is? That's where
Air
I'm going.
Canada 880, runway 06 left altimeter 2980, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha, Foxtrot Delta.
And ground American 2302.
American 2302 ground.
Yes, sir. We were starting our taxi here and we got to find Alpha Juliet Bravo Delta across 22 right. We're on Alpha. We're heading to 06 left, but Juliet is not on that direction.
Yeah, American 2302, Alpha Juliet is one taxiway. It was to exit the apron, so we're supposed to taxi in the apron and then exit Alpha Juliet and then left on Bravo. For now, I think the flares stand by. Break, flare 655, I think you see him in front of you. Take the next right on Alpha Juliet.
Roger, Alpha Juliet, then flare 655.
American 2302, continue taxiing down Alpha once the flare has turned and then right on Alpha Juliet and then get on Bravo from there.
We'll wait for the traffic and then Alpha to Alpha Juliet and then on to Bravo for American 2302. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Toronto ground, United 1776, ready for taxi.
Nevin, was that United 1776?
He made a mistake.
Yes, it was.
Nothing that can't be resolved.
Runway 06 left altimeter 2980, taxi via Alpha Kilo, Bravo, Delta Cross, 32 right.
Alright, I'm on one of those ahead there.
Runway 06 left, taxi via Alpha Kilo, Bravo, Delta Cross, 33 right, United 1776.
Air Canada 411 Toronto ground.
Okay, that's Alpha 3. Okay, let's slow down a bit. Taxi lights off. Slow down a little more.
Toronto ground, good evening. Air Canada 411, off of runway 06 left at Charlie 1.
Air Canada 411 Toronto ground, welcome to Toronto. Do you have a gate tonight?
We do not, Air Canada 411.
Air Canada 411 Roger, taxi to the gate via Alpha Lima.
Alpha and Alpha Lima for Air Canada 411. Thank you and have a great night.
Okay, let's turn left. having a light aircraft is messing up my sense of tire friction. Okay, and we've got all that, so power off at 125. Okay. Request ground power. Ground power on.
Toronto ground, good evening to you.
APU
Canada
bleed off.
56 Heavy.
APU off. APU pump off.
Air Canada 56 Heavy, Toronto ground, good evening.
Stand 169. Identify 0026 Alpha. Requesting push and start.
Air Canada 56 Heavy, reback is direct, push and start. At your discretion, call me for taxi.
Roger. Thank you. Air Canada 56 Heavy.
Prime Air 4211 with Romeo, ready for taxi. 06 left.
Prime Air 4211, runway 06 left, altimeter 2980, taxi via Echo Delta.
Okay.
Echo Delta 06 left, Prime Air 4211.
Traffic.
Landing time was 2312. Sorry, takeoff time. And landing was 0114. Elapsed time 2 hours, 2 minutes, 12. And fuel remaining 6,795. Although we're just opening the doors for ourselves, unless, nope, they're already open. So no passengers to offload, so this is just to get the jetway there for the flight crew to leave. That's very interesting. So let's see how we did generally on the fuel remaining. That's what I'm really interested in. And I had 6,000. Look at that, 6,795. So it's really 6.8, which I would say is fine. So performance with fuel was just fine. Usually what I do is when I get down, I'll put this updated information for actuals. Let's show that a little bit big. So the pushback time was 22:56. Takeoff was 23:12. And landing was 0114. And park was 0125. Okay.
Traffic.
Elapsed time was 2 hours and 2 minutes and 12 seconds, and fuel remaining was 6,795 pounds. Okay, mission accomplished. We got our gates both ways. Sorry, looks like I deleted it or something. So let's leave it highlighted, and we did get it. Okay, so there we are. I once watched a video of a flare flight from Toronto to, it was either Thunder Bay or Winnipeg, and they push back out of Alpha 3, so I've always had an attachment to this gate because of that Just Planes video. In fact, you know, attachment to the airline as well. So there's A3, and we came in before, about an hour before sunset, and now you can see the colors starting to come in. How much traffic do we have in this particular area? Not much. Folks are usually going to those terminals closer to the runway. You can see one or two, and there's an aircraft taking off. But this isn't always empty. Sometimes we get some congestion even at this place. And if you look at down on sort of straight ahead on the other side of those taxiways, I think that's where the cargo terminals are. Anyway, we'll call that a wrap today. Oh gosh, I've been showing you stuff without showing you stuff. Never mind. Next flight probably tomorrow, but I may be doing some practicing of go-arounds. But so I would say as a test for fuel burn with a very light empty aircraft was perfect. I did not like landing at flaps 40 with an empty plane. I'm not going to do that again. Not a good idea. I had to increase the landing speed from what it was suggesting to probably by about 7 knots to get it to be stabilized a little bit for the approach. Did not like that. Won't do it again. Alright, other than that, ciao for now. We'll catch you on the next one.